to play tomorrow. Number 10, Georgia Tech.
And this Georgia Tech defense, just 34 quadrants of the zone. She can work up and down. I think it's a huge advantage at this time of year. Your team's playing free. There's no preconceived motion. No.
Tech coming into this game, the question she had for her own team. And the formula works to success here to get the game going as Edgman for home runs, RBI, and career batting average.
You know, Notre Dame and their ability to throw base runners out. I mean, Notre Dame, very unique combination that has worked for them.
Through the left side, back-to-back base hits. Singles for Edgman. And
Tech not trying to really lift the ball, not trying.
And Grace Connolly, industrial engineering major, lays it down, and everybody's simple.
Well, doing what Peyton Tidd does best, and that's change and feel comfortable in the box.
Chopper third base. Mitchell throws home. Gets the force. Allen is.
Well, this is a big opportunity for Georgia Tech.
Has come on late for this team. She lines it into left field and comes through in the first. RBI single for Ming.
Well, Tidd loves to work that pitch, that screwball.
Third year as the regular starter at third base. Just out in front on that one. Here, relatively speaking, to do it and going the opposite way.
Here in South Bend early in the game.
Hard hit, third base. There's one. It got to Mitchell so fast, but they're seeing a lot of pitches. This will be your...
Because you're not going to see a lot of strikeouts.
That's a bloop, but a tough one to field. At short, it's bobbled by Holloway. And the...
So the more...
Be down at least two. Illinois border.
She'll be able to keep that ball fair.
And she swats it in the air to left field. Macy Eck, positioned properly, makes the catch. And the one constant over the last several seasons has been...
It's 2 fly ball outs for every 1 ground ball out.
I don't ever want a batter to hit the ball. She's been so solid throughout the course of her career and induces the weak contact here over to third base. Mallory Black to grab one away.
Game was April 30th, and you know, you don't have time.
Gold for a midweek game against Central Michigan, didn't play it. Oh my goodness, Grace Connolly. Her home run number, she hit 13 last year. The end of the regular season, some practices mixed in as well. The good news is everybody comes in available chips, and they'll hope he seeds according to D1 softball. She rolls it over to short, Saleo on to first, and a 1-2-3 in South Bend on a sunny 70-degree day. And as the Yellow Jackets did in the first, they come out
has actually taken, you know, if it's been put with
pitches to sit down Notre Dame 1-2-3. Edgman's already 1 for 1. And that
all from the left side.
53-10. And they started to turn things around. They play Boston College. They win 2 of 3. UNC will come in as the
ball, and you know, with something that was a very positive for their program, going to the NCAA regional
to try and do that. Pitch, it's 3-2, and that's in the air. Gap in left center field, down for a base hit. Ella Edgman is 2 for 2.
Batter seeing a lot of pitches.
Edgman on the move. Kalf swing and a miss. Throw to second, and Georgia Tech wins round 1.
It bounced into the dirt.
Immediate dividends. Kalf to the left center field gap, and RBI double. It's 3-0. Out here in the second.
Yeah, it's just not crisp, just not sharp. Did fall behind. Typically doesn't walk a lot of people. Day. And that's where she really likes to live to right-handed batters, is on that inner half of the plate.
Allen left field. Eck retreats and makes the catch. Lets Tidd go in this game.
Yeah, you know she'd love to take matters into your own hands and continue to win. Would go a long way.
And you get of schedules for a variety of reasons. Line into third. They want to keep their RPI as good as it can possibly be. Has combined with Anna Holloway to make up a 1-2.
Notre Dame has really managed that seamlessly, especially at the second base position.
Eligibility when the Irish had their first graduates out in California. State champions together, and she's the first base runner for Notre Dame today.
Percentage, slugging percentage. I mean, this isn't.
This time she swings away and hits it on a line right to Vukadinovic. Her throw to first, a beauty.
And it was a hit and run, or a run and hit.
Macy Eck, 1 out, 1 on. To make it to the NCAA tournament, they both on the recently released All-ACC honors. All-ACC second team this year. First.
Has she made some noise this season?
Off the end of the bat, right to Soleo, who helps record the final 2 outs of the inning. Up to Florida State at home. Virginia Tech in our second game of the day. Florida State will be in game 1. See Anna Gold from Duke. See Taylor Roby over to Jolie Mitchell at third, first time up.
I mean, they are just have fouled off a lot of pitches, battled.
And that pounded into the...
That ball just gets away from her.
Charge to Mitchell after a really uncharacteristic error against Kloss in the first. And Abby Hughes.
Ted throwing a lot of pitches here early in the game.
He's here as Vukadinovic will lay it down.
Vukadinovic.
70th pitch. Outside, ball 1. Winner takes on number 2 seed Duke. That's low to third. And on a bounce.
And he didn't want to leave anything in the hands of anyone else, so made sure.
That's playable. 2 gone. Mike and Lexia Roscoe, who started the game as the designated.
Edgemond was 2 for 2 off Peyton Tidd, so just a lot of reasons for the.
And the bases are loaded. Now back to back, really 3 straight bumpy. It's where there's 6 or 7 in a row fouled off.
No doubt about it.
Everybody with the gas pedal to the floor, and a 3-2 grounded to short. Takes a waist-high hop, and it's overthrown by a Rose. And Georgia Tech keeps a mistake from Notre Dame. 3 innings is good by any measure, but they've gotten some help as well from the defense. That's the easy play there. Johnson steps on the bag in the McAuliffe trying to steal second base.
Elliman's probably the happiest person in the ballpark. There's no doubt. Every pitcher out there knows when you have a lead, you're pitching with a lead, it'd be a lot more relaxed.
Bottom third of the order here. Johnson in the 8th spot. Over for a look at the.
And Blake Nelliman has a lot of strikeouts. By having Blake Nelliman in the circle, it really feeds into the defense.
1 and 2. Double play. Challenge that one. Winchell down the line toward left field. Blake Nelliman gets through 3. And Georgia Tech game encapsulated in just these 2 numbers. She allowed
3 phases of the game just not clicking. We've seen that so far through the first 3 innings. Again, they have
age, but I can relate to her. She's got 2 dogs. I have. So leading in here to the softball championships is Allen pokes that up the middle for a base hit. We're on Zoom with her. We'll have Florida State, Syracuse, 11 o'clock Saturday, or this Sunday. Show is on ESPN2.
Well, as you mentioned, this last 10 games, and you just want to be going on the. This is an important win for them.
3-2 is ball 4. First two are aboard.
Well, you know Wichita State is going to earn that bid, and so.
But you're right. It is, I think, overall. That gets past Orozco and into left field. It's dropped by Eck, and that gives an extra base off. Abby Hughes only the
in this game. And there's no doubt Notre Dame is not playing their best yet in this game. They host to Georgia Tech. They are taking advantage.
2-2. Shortstop Orozco collects and throws to first. A much needed first out of the Tech. In ACC play, 6-0 Georgia Tech, 2 in the first.
Factor. I'd love to see her throw to give the ball.
And it's into shallow left center field. 7-0 Georgia Tech. Jaden Gailey try and create the crunch and send Vukadinovic from first and say, hey, we're daring you to throw to second.
Well, player of the year in the league this year for a reason. But more important, go put your arm in a circle, go run a little bit, keep moving.
Two. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that's the second out in the Georgia Tech stop time tomorrow.
I mean, that's my kind of day.
Glad you're with us here. Second game of day number 1. Runners at second and third, 2 away. Slow roller. And it just takes a turn there on Gaskins.
Can Georgia Tech defense stop this high-powered Notre Dame?
Becker's 2-2, right back to the circle. And her underhand toss puts 2 more on the board in the inning.
Now we don't have the chance to reset.
But when you hit it to Jen Saleo, generally that's the
Saleo, it's just second nature for her. She's
in chips, led the team. Up her career. 2019.
And not just the power, nearly
You were saying
home runs.
Notre Dame is on the board as Jolie. Back. That was as perfect as it. Gaskins' big swing. Small outcome.
Second base to catch that ball, just showing you.
Started the game as the designated. And that gets past Black at third down the line. Vukadinovic up with.
From Notre Dame. You've got spin on the ball and can keep it out of the zone. Another hit from Leah Hanks. If you can keep it up out of the zone the first 3 innings and against Orozco, down the line. And
that time she gets Eck out in front. Marty McDaniel over there in the first base dugout. And it would seem to me. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Nelliman slows it down. I haven't said that today. That's her 4th time up.
When they played against Pitt, and their season high is 4 in their last game against Florida State.
Today.
A lot of.
Connolly over Mitchell's glove. Orozco to Gaskins with boom.
No doubt about it. And that was textbook.
Because it's not till you're on the other side you realize just how challenging that job is. And we need more base hit of the game. The second was light what they did last inning against Nelliman. Slow roller and a cross diamond throw, and Cronenberger's the first.
I talked about it a little over the break. She really did go.
And they have been quite crisp defensively.
And that comes across to recruits and to your players.
Connolly with a stretch for it, but that's into center field. Nobody likes getting back at 1 a.m. Well, they'll be back.
That and turned it around, made a great play over there.
Number 5 hitter Emma McGinney out to left field and down for a base hit. And even there,
this ball was hit. Macy Eck outlay for Notre Dame. McGinney stayed at.
Ball in the dirt. And the throw to second
is not interference.
Are in. Over to third. Ooh, almost got a double play there.
And a lot of times when the ball's hit, and a lot of times in this situation, the whole team sits up a little.
Davis played a lot last year. She elects against it. And this is deep enough to get a run home. Catch is made by Hanks, and the throw is not in time. She gets it to 3-2 and drives in a run. 10th of the year. And Vukadinovich pounds it into the dirt. The inning is over. Point here at South Bend. 6 out cushion to work with.
Feeling that particular pitch.
He was there from 2004 all the way through 2020. And a strikeout for
plays in there that help.
And she is 3-0 against Gaskins today.
In the entire game for Blake Nelliman. I'm sorry, just one walk.
Yes.
And all,
and all the infielders have to change it.
And that's, it's probably going to move. This is a rule book year for the NCAA. It's always on a 2 years coming just to help continue to use the
toward a 1-2-3 inning. And with a fly ball to right field, she's got it. 6 complete.
Fantastic freshman season. Throws the ball hard. You really. Very, very bright for Michaela Castor here at Notre Dame.
With success for players like that.
It just shows you that how being able to throw on the run as an infielder, fill in the blank.
I think you go to journalism school, that's the way you're taught to see the world. But also it's now relative to when you or I came up playing. And the inning is over. 1-2-3. Had 1. And the Irish will need 7 here, and they'll have to do it with just 2 outs as Leah. They're going to have a well-rested Florida State.
Just a very efficient outing and a head-to-head performance. As Nelliman gets another strikeout on the day. Consistently of Clemson. And
Nelliman's 97th pitch is ball 4. So that ends a streak back in the 4th when the Irish got 1. Just her second 7-inning complete game of the year. And this one is in the books. Duke tomorrow night.